Thanks very much, Matt. And while we're talking about the state capitol, one of the state's top public employee unions is calling on Democrats to find a primary challenger for Governor Cuomo. And our political analyst, Fred Dicker, as you see, is live in Albany tonight to talk further about that story. And Fred, further erosion of support for Governor Cuomo.
I was about to say, Liz, another night, another example of Democrats turning on the governor. I've been covering state government for some 30 years. I've never seen anything like what's been going on for the last couple of months with the allies of the governor, who in fact is the de facto head of the Democratic Party, turning on the governor. You may recall a few weeks ago, a former state Democratic chairman called on the governor to reject the Independence Party line. Then another party chairman did the same, former party chairman. The governor wouldn't respond. Then the Working Families Party started talking about not supporting the governor. And this fellow, Bill Samuels, whose father was once a candidate for governor, called the governor a Republican and said he should run for re-election as a Republican, not a Democrat. And now PEF, the Public Employees Federation, second largest state union, almost 60,000 members, the president of it telling the Gannett News Service that the progressive forces, as she puts it, Democrats and others, should put up a candidate against the governor, including a candidate in the Democratic primary. It really is something. It has national implications for the governor should he ever try to run for president, and it has implications for the November election, this November as well.
And Fred, this is all based on what he's done in the last few weeks, or is this sort of a cumulative effect?
The latter, cumulative. The various groups we're talking about really want more state spending on public services, and they want higher taxes. They don't like the fact that the governor has been supporting, in some cases, lower taxes, restraining state spending, and then channeling money to groups, say, like the charter schools in New York City that are bitterly opposed by the teachers' unions, that are very powerful unions. They don't like the fact that he's cut some relatively small, in my view, but he's made some cuts in manufacturing taxes and business taxes. They'd rather see the money that the state would have gotten from those taxes used to go to the unions for higher wages. You remember when the governor first came into office, he won wage freezes from the union. So they're unhappy with what he's trying to do. He says he's trying to make the state more competitive. The critics say what he's really doing is appealing to those special big business groups and others that have given him some $35 million for the war chest he has right now.
And just to be clear on this is pretty much symbolic rhetoric. Nobody's really expecting a primary here.
I don't agree with that. I think it's possible that there will be a primary. It's also possible, Liz, that the Working Families Party will not endorse the governor, will put up another candidate, and then you'll have all the unions, or many of them, united in trying to get votes for that candidate. Now, if that happens, it will seriously erode Governor Cuomo's support, could benefit the Republican candidate, but from a national perspective, it would mean that the governor wouldn't win with the overwhelming victory that he hopes to have, 58, 50, 60% of the vote. It might be a much narrower victory, which could hurt his chances to run for president one day.
All right, we'll talk about this again. It certainly is fascinating. Thank you very much. And Fred's on the radio live from the state capitol weekday mornings, 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.